So I have problem A4, and they give you a triangle, and they give you the two medians of the triangle, and if you don't know what the medians are, they come from the acute angles, that's what it says in the problem, and then they split across the triangle, and they just essentially split the opposite side from it into two equal parts. So it gives you that both of the medians are equal to 6, at least in my equation. And looking at it, I was like, oh, well then this side and this side must be equal, because if the medians are equal, then the sides are probably equal, but I didn't want to assume that. So I just labeled these as x and x, and then y and y, so the side's 2y and the side is 2x. So you can see by my different colored lines here, so this median cuts the triangle into this smaller triangle. The hypotenuse would be 6. This would just be 1x, and then the bottom is going to be 2y because it's the whole length of the bottom of the big triangle. And then on this triangle that I have with the median that's in red, the hypotenuse is also 6, and then this side is 2x, because both of these, and then just one of the y's. So you can do the Pythagorean theorem for both of these. I started with this one. So it's the quantity 2x squared plus y squared equals 6 squared. You get 4x squared plus y squared equals 36. And then I just wanted to solve for y squared because I could just plug that into this equation for this triangle. So I solved for y squared and got 36 minus 4x squared. And then I'm going to plug it in over here into this equation for this triangle. You get like essentially the same equation, but you substitute the x's and the y's. So it's just like the exact opposite of what this equation is. So you get 4y squared plus x squared equals 36. So I substituted in what y squared equals, and I solved for x. Actually, I solved for x squared, so you get x squared equals 36 over 5. I also kept this one in the squared format because when you plug it in to do Pythagorean theorem for the big triangle, you're just going to want the squared anyway, so you're just going to end up squaring whatever answer you do get for x, so I just kept it as x squared. So I plugged that back in for my y squared, solve for y squared, and I was correct that both of the sides are equal, so your x and your y are equal. So I took these two values and I plugged them into the Pythagorean theorem for the entire triangle to solve for the hypotenuse, which is what the question is asking for. So I set it equal to h, which is the length of the hypotenuse. So I plugged in both of my x squared and my y squared, and I solved, and I got my hypotenuse is equal to the square root of 288 over 5.